didn't know how he could really get the attention that he so craved. And all he could do was just crave more bugs, and he just kept eating bugs and eating more bugs, and his little lizard tummy just started to swell up and get really fat, and then he was like, oh, I don't feel so good. I mean, I didn't feel good before when I wanted people to look at me, and they didn't, and then I felt good, and everybody looked at me, and I was important, and they were taking my pictures, and now the possums are telling just they don't even care, and I feel like I don't exist, but boy, these bugs sure do taste good. And then
he just kept eating, and the more he ate, the more empty he felt, until finally he was sick, and and he thought about eating his sick, but he just wasn't even,
chameleon, oh dear.
Just wasn't even interested anymore. He thought, well, I mean, maybe I could eat the French fries. That might be the solution, but on the other hand, it seems like everything I do, it feels good for a minute, and then I keep doing it, and I drain myself, or I stuff myself, or everything seems so black and white, and even when I was black and white like a panda, that didn't help, and good grief, and the chameleon just started to cry. And he moved over and found the alligator lagoon, and he was, should I just let myself be eaten? I just can't be satisfied. I'm not okay alone. I'm not okay when I'm dancing, because I get tired, and I can't seem to stop once I start, and I just don't know what to do, and it just seems like it's not even worth trying. And then
as he was sitting in the alligator lagoon, he was actually a very deep and beautiful color of green. He noticed, just to his right, that there was a spider in his web. And he was observing how the spider was fixing a tear in his web, and that his web was really quite complex and really quite beautiful. It had an intricate pattern. And then that the spider would simply, he was just waiting there on the edge of his web as himself, because spiders, they don't know how to blend in, or they don't have that capability. He was just there out in the open. Any bird or bat could have just picked him up and ate him. And here was Chameleon. He realized that he was safe. He was blending in this beautiful color of green with like the leaves, and he was able to observe and have awareness of his color, and awareness that he could sort of make the changes to adapt to his environment. And he had never really considered this about himself before. And he'd always just thought of spiders as something to eat, really. He'd never considered thinking of spiders as someone or something that could teach him something. But he sort of realized that maybe there was a wisdom in his ability to adapt, but not to adapt to just any environment, but the environment that he chose to, like, in the moment, he realized that he was feeling this amazing emerald green color, but that if he ever started feeling a deep red color, he could move to a place that would encourage him to have this deep red color. And so,
very gradually, he began to have a shift in consciousness. And this was a very big thing for a chameleon, because they are very primal, very, beginning type of creatures. But there was this huge shift that he had a choice. He could either just willy-nilly become something else and not be aware of even doing that, or he could really revel in his adaptability and what was his God-given, I guess, talent. Instead of shuffling cards and pulling rabbits out of hats and dancing around trying to please other people, why, all he had to do was just please himself. And he could choose how to do that, when to do that, where to do that. He just didn't have to be at the mercy of anyone or get eaten up by anybody that happened to come along. Spider didn't. So he decided that he would do what he was best at doing, being consciously adaptable. And that was the way he lived the rest of his life. End of story.
pretty awesome.